Hello and welcome back to the gamers. By the way, I recorded 2.5 minutes of Balatro with my microphone muted, where I explained the plasma deck that I unlocked by getting my frickin' checkered deck all the way up past purple stake because I've been sick for like a week. And today I'm finally feeling better. The rub of it is that I sound bad. But last week, if you were guilt-free watching those Balatro episodes and you're like, now you sound sick, sorry, you victimized me because I felt like garbage. I just sounded great. Now I feel great. I sound like garbage. So it is what it is. So the plasma deck, very interesting. It's the second last deck that I've unlocked here. How does it work? Instead of chips being multiplied by your mults, well, let's walk it through when we get there. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Instead of 30 times 4, which equals 120, I guess let's make sure we got it 100% right. So it'll be 34, 39, 45, 52, 60. So instead of 60 times 4, which would be 240, still got it. Thank you, third grade math. It will be chips plus mults divided by 2 squared. Now that sounds more complicated than it is. It'll be 64. It'll be 32 times 32, which will be, you know, like 976 or something like that. Let's see. I was only off by 50. Still got it. Do not still have it. Fourth grade math. Okay. Still. Plasma deck, very interesting. I think it changes. It does seem like one of the easier decks, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. What I think, in my limited experience, what it means for me is that you want to focus almost more on chips than you want to focus on mults. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I think it's true. I don't really like any of this. So I'm just going to steal up a 9 or something. And I'll take this, but why would I say something so true and so brave? Well, when you think about it, like, no matter where you get the score, it's getting added together into, like, the same ball of wax at the end of the day, right? Most of the jokers that affect your mults add 10 or multiply it by 2 or whatever. Most of the things, and that's great when you're rocking any deck other than the plasma deck. You need that mults as much or sometimes even more than you need the chips. But in the balance deck, some of the jokers that affect chips are like, hey, plus 300 chips, plus 100 chips if you do this. 100, I don't mean to be controversial, is more than 10. So as a result, it seems a little bit more... It can move the needle a lot more to focus on chips instead. But again, we'll figure it out as we get going here. I do apologize for the state of my voice, and I do say that the show must go on. We should still live. We got like 5, 7, 8, 9. I don't mind playing my steel card. I guess we keep our jack just in case. We still probably live. But I think like the mults, no, you must play 5 cards. I'm a fool. 2 hands left. Must play 5 cards. I almost sent 4 again. We still should make it. I feel like steel cards and mult multipliers and flat mult additions are not as valuable with this. The trade-off is that some of the jokers that previously were like not that inspiring at all are like incredibly good now. So I think we will take like bonus chips seems incredible. Because 50 extra chips or 30 extra chips on 2 cards. I'm trying to figure out how to mathematically express it. I don't know how to symbolize the relationship, because at first, I'll be honest with you, I was watching Mouth play this deck and I was like, wait, doesn't balancing chip and mult come out in the wash? Then you think about it for 2 seconds and you're like, no, not at all. If you have 100 times 8, versus 54 times 54. It's obvious that 54 times 54 is better. But like, I don't know how much better it is to get chips than mult, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I'm making the cardinal sin of being bad at explaining it. So let's just play the game instead. A lot of the way I play Balatro is holistic. It's by feel. I'm not necessarily a spreadsheet Andy. Mostly because I only have open office. I'm telling the truth. I would love it. I would love it. But am I really going to sell another Joker to make it happen? I don't even think it would work. Hi, Tomo. Hi, buddy. Stop scratching me, bro. I'm trying to do some mathematics here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have no econ. And we don't even... Oh, that was horrible. We're probably cooked. Yeah, we have no econ and we have no jokers that are good for what we're trying to do. But this card and this card alone can save us. Forget about the flush. We have... I mean, there's a lot of things we could do here. We could fish for the full house. We have 2 kings remaining. We have 4 tens. A straight of tens seems much more likely. Or a straight including a 10 seems much more likely. And then we get the 30 extra chips. We're so back. Literally, all we can play here is this. This and pray. There's no way this is gonna work, man. Oh, it actually almost worked. Okay, I think... Listen. I don't think we should have bought the Joker that we bought. I think we overspent on Jokers that would have helped us on a more traditional run, but are not actually that good with the Plasma deck. Hello, Tomo. 2x Tomo. Tomo X Saline. Now that I'm done explaining, just watch a master at work, okay? 80 chips if it's a flush, and also plus 50 chips. So right off the bat, that's 130 chips, which is equivalent to like 65 times 65. Am I insane? If I get a flush, it's worth like 4,000 points minimum, right? 4,000 points plus whatever the base is. Like, I will not play anything but a flush right now. Unless you force my hand. They did not force my hand. He's a genius. We just 10x'd it. Hologram. We skip hologram. Let's get the econ going. It seems like this Joker is good enough. I know, I'm on the verge of tears. I'm so excited. This Joker is good enough to carry us for a while. Get the econ going, and then see if... I'm literally on Ante 1, and I'm like, we're going to take this as far as we can take it in Endless. You could do anything. Earn $5 if your poker hand is a flush. You know what? Free money. Money's on sale today. Let's go suit mode. Me once a year when I have to attend either a fun family event or a very non-fun family event. Straight flush, $5. I'm not going to sell you yet, but I don't have a lot of hope you're sticking around. Now, Scholar actually seems kind of good too, right? 20 chips and 4 mult on aces. And then we could try to maybe like create more aces. Like using Cryptid, for example. That's one way to do it. And then keep your econ pumping. So we're playing flushes, preferably flushes that use an ace. But, well, you know what? I love that for us. Huge. It's a fun deck to play with. It actually, for me, it even feels like a little bit easier than like the checkered deck. Which is nice. Because, well, you know what, without a hint of irony, I don't know what I'm discarding. What am I doing here? Without a hint of irony, I was about to be like, the checkered deck is fun, but sometimes you just get sick of playing flushes. Okay, I'll hit you with some straight dookie. Sometimes it's got to be done. It's still 1,000 points for playing, like, literally nothing. You know what? What do you want a straight flush? We might as well give it a chance. Oh my god. My chakras have opened. I'm not going to play around to-do list, but it's proving a little better than I thought it would be. And upgrading planets seems very good too. Because when you upgrade, the mult goes up by 1, not that big of a deal when you're balancing them, but the chips going up by like 20, sometimes more, right? Like that seems like a big deal, but we're really flush pilled right now. We should look for some Jupiters. They don't exist. Hi, Tomo. Let's go 3 of a kind. Reason? I don't have one. We don't have to, but let's take a peek. Okay, I think we might have to start getting like semi-serious in a bit. What do you want? Full house? Like we've been coasting for a while now. But we also got our econ off the ground, so... You know what would really hit the spot? A sign from above, like 20 bucks right here. Am I crazy? It sounded like Tomo said, no. No. Negative riffraff. You could do worse, I suppose, but I'm not... Oh, dude, this would go crazy with, like, with campfire. Just something to think about. 10 mult on a flush. Honestly, the 50 chips is probably worth more than anything else here. And we don't have, like, a mult multiplier, so that's fine. Suit me? Rank me? Suit me. It's a tough one. You're probably a club. You might be a heart. So let's discard these 4 and see where we stand. You are a heart. Are you impressed, Papa? I'm using deductive reasoning in Balatro. It was nice, you know, it wasn't nice to be sick this week/weekend, but it was nice to get a little time, you know, after my daughter fell asleep, at least, in order to really focus and play 9 minutes of concentrated Balatro before sickness itself made me then also feel compelled to sleep. I'm still, I mean, I feel like you just go flush mode here. Why don't you become a wild boy? And we'll do this. Like, it's a little... It's not really blowing the doors off right now, but I do feel like we're getting some... We're having some fun. Here's what I would say. Let's sell to-do list. And I would sell Droll Joker, because 10 mult is basically like... Maybe I'm not looking at this the right way, but isn't this just adding 25 score? 5 times 5? It's contributing 25 score. This is contributing, you know, 4,000. That's like half of our build. This is contributing like, I don't know, 500. This is doing nothing, man. Get out of here. So ice cream does seem like it could go crazy. At least for a bit. Negative to a joker. It makes it harder to draw flushes, obviously, but it is fun to play with negative jokers. So let's do it. And I honestly think, like, if our jokers and our planets are good enough, it really doesn't matter, like, what we play. Like, we might be able to get away with playing some straight-up detritus and still, like, having it be worth way more points than you'd expect. I actually feel like Scary Face could go crazy, too. Anything chip-focused, I have, like, a bias towards here. It's amazing. 50 chips in a discard. Okay. I hate to do it, but it's got to be done. Now, we haven't leveled up flush. How do we do here? We did well enough. Tomo, you got to relax a little bit, buddy. I keep petting him. He keeps rising up to meet the pet. His head meeting my hand pushes my hand into the desk. I'm getting bruises on the back of my knuckles, man. Ice cream is good. Foil is good. We go next. -1 hand size again. I'm going to have like 6 cards in my hand, bro. Okay, now we get to test our theory. Level 2, 3 of a kind with 3 aces. What kind of score are we cooking up here? Very, very good one. No sweat. It is hard to sell foil. Another discard, very nice. Bonus cards would be very nice too. If not, I'm honestly going to go High Priestess. I mean, maybe it makes sense to just like... If we could get a few different planets off the ground, we have more outs. Now, I don't really want to sell anything. I like what we got going on, honestly. Mostly because it's really hard for anything to compete with like foil. You almost need like a better Joker with foil. I'm going to play a pair. I know it's insane. Okay, so that's how good our setup is right now, at least with ice cream still cooking. You're foil, but otherwise you're probably like close to useless. Good to know. Good to know. My problem right now, I would say, is trying to figure out how we're gonna take this one home. Because we're doing great. And we're eating good in the neighborhood, and when you're here, your family, and we know all that. We know these names better than we know our own grandparents. But at the same time, why would you only discard like 3 cards there? At the same time, how are we going to get past like Ante 8? We need something to take us a level further beyond, obviously. Well, maybe we'll know it when we see it. I don't think it'll be popcorn. How about leveling up the easiest planets to play? Because again, I mean, if you get 20 chips and 2 mults, that's like... I'm obviously looking at this wrong. But I'm like, isn't that 100 extra score? But then I'm like, 100 extra score isn't that meaningful. So obviously something about it, I'm looking at it wrong. Now, a Joker that gains chips over time would be nice too. It probably clears ice cream just because ice cream's going to fall off. But I doubt we're getting this early enough for it to be like a must keep. But that's okay. I'm not going to play a flush. We're going to try to play 2 pair. Not great. How's our 3 of a kind? Level 4. Holy send it, brother. Beautiful. Maybe we're going to be totally fine. But we haven't achieved like escape velocity yet. Okay. Everything is very cheap. We'd love to play 4 cards. I mean, we got Ace, King, Queen. We do have 6 discards, and I feel like I'm using, like, none of them. I'm just throwing whatever... Oh, but how are you going to play this and hit Square Joker? Yeah, maybe it's a little late to start talking about something like Square Joker. But 3 of a kind. Our 3 of a kind is going crazy. As long as it's aces, at least. Times 3 mult if your played hand contains 3 of a kind. So this is where it gets too confusing for me. Because I think that the times mult happens and then the balancing happens. So I think we would need to be like more mult than chips focused for this to be good, but we get a chance to experiment. Because I don't think Square Joker is going to be it for us. But then we basically must play 3 of a kind. And maybe it's kind of nice we know that we almost always want it to be 3 of a kind aces. When we have the choice, at least. Let's see. That seemed pretty good. It seemed like I can't be mad at it. I wouldn't say I'm getting scared. I'm starting to get reasonably concerned about the possibility of us beating Ante 8. But a couple of great jokers, who knows? Very nice. My econ is not as good as I thought it was. I'm willing to take a risk here, though. It's not about econ, it's about winning. IMO basically doesn't matter. How about more Venus? I feel like there was a nerf to Jupiter. I'm just giving you my pet theory. I know I'm not even looking for Jupiter. I'm just saying I feel like there was a nerf to Jupiter. I feel like it used to show up with some regularity. I was really hoping that was 3 of a kind instead of 2 pair, but not a deal breaker necessarily. I just feel like it should show up in packs more than it does, and I'm just asking questions. That shouldn't intimidate you, okay? Okay. We're gonna go 2 pair with the glass jack. 3 of a kind aces is our secret weapon to get us out of a jam here. And it will work. It will work, I told you. I told you. Okay, but we really need to not die. And the way that we're going to do that is Hierophant cards, okay. Upgrading our deck itself. Actually, there's multiple ways to do this. Glow up, then working with Riff Raff to create even better jokers. Like, I'll tell you straight up. I hate to lose Drunkard and Swashbuckler because of their foil. But we're banking on better jokers with foil or better jokers with hollow, which I guess would actually be worse. But the polychrome is kind of like the X factor. So, I mean, this is basically foil because we almost always play a pair. Hanging Chad actually seems like pretty important right now, specifically because of the bonus cards that we have in our hand, but I want to try something. You're level 3. Those extra chips might make a difference. Bro, give me the queen. You know you got queens in the deck. I know I'm dumping 8s here. It's maybe not advisable, but you got to cut me some slack here. You got my voice cracking and everything. That's a good score. I guess we'll just send it. Turns out we didn't need you. I think, sincerely, I think we have to take the risk again. We are not playing flushes, so we could probably sell Crafty Joker too. I just genuinely am adhering to this thesis that chip bonuses are going to be worth more because the number is bigger. It sounds pretty dumb when you put it that way. With our hand size, we will never get 4 of a kind, but that's okay. So I think we can definitely dump this. I think we can also... We can dump you, and Ballad is very close to also being on the chopping block, but... Okay, this is horrible. We got no foil whatsoever. Abstract Joker is okay. We need 3 of a kind. 7, 8, 9, 10 is not 3 of a kind. I'm dumping. I'm dumping. Thank you so much. So you're saying there's a chance. Maybe. We do have so many discards. I'm dumping again. How many aces? 2 aces left to 110. I'm dumping again. And I'm dumping one more time. 3 queens left. I'm dumping. Okay, trigger like this. I believe in you. That was weak. This is worse. 1 ace, 3 queens. 4 kings. I think we're gonna lose. We have been saved by what one might describe as the luckiest hand in history. I guess you just play your full house because you get the extra bonus card in there. Oh my god. Alright, so they gave us one more chance. You have to go. You're useless for us. You have to go. You're not that good. You could be very good as long as we commit to basically only playing face cards, which we've already essentially done. Probably, I mean, maybe even just Mercury. We do play pairs out of desperation. And some glass could get us out of a jam. I think, honestly, it's too late to have high-minded ideals like we're going to remove all the low cards from our deck. If I could have done it, I would have done it by now. Oh my gosh. I've played every hand, every card in my deck, bro. Yeah, I've played basically every face card in my deck to get to this point. So we definitely we definitely have some serious problems. Like, if we don't play face cards, we're not gonna get there. But if we play face cards, it doesn't matter because they're not face cards. They've been debuffed. Least inspiring draw in human history. Okay. I really don't know what we're looking for. And the uncomfortable answer is that I think if you really puzzle it out, there was just no hope for us once we saw the boss blind. I should have skipped more blinds maybe leading up here. But we fell off. It happens. I mean, the boss blind countered us like 100%. It happens. It happens. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Still enjoying Balatro. If you enjoyed it yourself, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I will see you next time. Hopefully with a better voice. See ya!